Hey guys, welcome to part 9 of the Simpsons rebuild, repair, refurbish, restore, whatever you'd like to call it. Be in a minute, down at my workbench at the drill press. I'll explain what's going on. Alright guys, this is the frame that holds the monitor. You can see these ears right here where the tube actually connects to this frame is recessed back about 3/8 of an inch. So I drilled a new set of holes to move those mounting tabs back 3/8 of an inch. So you can see it's back. And here is one that I haven't done yet. It's right out flush. And you can see the witness marks of where the tube ears, I'm going to call them the tube ears, right here, connected to these pads. And they don't protrude up into this angle iron, so it should be able to be recessed back. And I have to recess it back because I have this original bezel right here, okay? And the corners are all split and cracked on it. And why spend this much time on a machine to put a nasty ass bezel in it? So I have these really nice ones that I can trim down sort of like the Ninja Turtles. Well, exactly like that. Now for the Ninja Turtles, I was able to cut the wood on the monitor frame and it let it set back deeper, allowing room for this other bezel to fit in. I can't do that with an all metal frame, so I'm actually just moving the mounting ears back 3/8 of an inch. Hope that makes sense. Alright, so you can see I scribed some marks in line with these holes, 3/8 of an inch back on both sides. And I'll drill new holes so I can slide that bracket that holds the monitor tube back 3/8 of an inch. And if my theory is correct, I should be able to use that new bezel flawlessly. Hopefully. We'll keep our fingers crossed, I don't want to sound cocky and then, it make me look like a dick.
What did you expect?
Okay guys, so I'm drilling holes for the joystick mounts. So I've learned after messing around with these that you go ahead and you need to get your joystick centered in your pocket, okay? Then you're gonna hold it in place, flip it over a little bit so you can make sure, see these dots or these circles here. Sorry for the recording, just don't seem like it's focusing. Alright, well, there's little spots on these joysticks, and you can see them through this hole right here. So if they look relatively centered in that hole, like it's truly centered in the hole, I lay it back down and I carefully, as best as I can, hold this in this position while I drill a single hole down through any one of these. Okay? So then, once that hole's drilled, you'll take one of your fastening bolts and just stick it down through there. And then make sure it's still squared up, and then drill your next hole. Stick a bolt through there. And then your next one, and then your last one, obviously you won't have a bolt in, but you'll notice when you're drilling this, it'll slightly move a little bit. And if you try to freehand them all and it's moved around, when you go to put your bolts in, they won't all line up. So each time you drill a hole, drop a bolt through it. That way, so when you get to your fourth and final hole, you've already put bolts in 3 of them and it's not going to move too much. If that makes sense to you guys, I'll kind of go through it here. So I'm going to center this, I'm going to drill a single hole. So as you can see, as I drilled one hole, now I'm going to go caddy corner from it up here. And I'm going to drill my second hole and put a bolt in. I got my second hole drilled. Now I'm going to come down here, drill one here, drop a bolt, then go caddy corner again to my last hole. Alright, so I'm going to go to my last hole now, and it'll relatively stay in place and won't be moving around. It makes your holes pretty true to your joystick pad. And make sure you use a piece of wood underneath, so when your drill pokes through this wood, it's not poking and busting the particles out around it. So when you get your overlay on and you put your bolt through, you have a nice clean finish underneath the bolt head. If that makes sense. Okay, so what you end up getting on the top side is a fairly clean hole. And just make sure there's some wood under there for a backing so it doesn't like bust it out. Take your time and it'll turn out great. Alright guys, got this control panel overlay on. When you get one of these on, I don't care what the machine looks like, but when you do one of these, that's when it's restored. I mean, all the greats say that, so no matter what, guys, just put an overlay on, boom, restored. I'm not quite happy with my work here. The art's great, T-molding's good, but it's really, really hard to cut this thick stuff against a wood grain. It's just difficult to get it straight. It's a lot. Steel control panels are much nicer to work on, guys. But you know what? It's beautiful, right? Why ain't it? All right. I don't know, man. I've been working on that control panel. My wife's been over here baking these apple dumplings. There's a cored and peeled apple inside there. And then there's like brown sugar and shit down in the core hole. It's gonna be good. That's a quote of Shop Dog Sam. If you ever watched him on YouTube, he works on hit and miss engines. And once in a while he'll cook. And he'll be like, it's gonna be good. Alright guys, this is just sitting on here. But you can see I got the monitor in. I test fit the bezel. It's pretty good. It's damn near perfect. I got the speakers back in and marquee light. Okay guys, I put some of these are number 10 carriage bolts and or 3/16. That's what I'm using for the joysticks. They're 1 inch long. And they got here these whiz nuts. So anyways, I'm going to take these outside. I put some flat black paint on them so they're ready to assemble. Now you'll notice I have more than 16. I have some extra ones. 4 of these are for to hold the control panel hinge onto the box, and then a couple extra because, you know, nothing sucks worse than painting the right amount of bolts, and one of the assholes has screwed up threads on the end, and now your project is on hold because you gotta wait for paint to dry again. So always paint a couple extra ones. That's my opinion. Alright guys, here at the inside of the cabinet, got the power supply mounted, got the line filter and the fuse holder mounted. So now I'm going to go ahead and got this mounted and in. So I just opened my new 1 pound roll of solder because my other one's gone. So now I'm going to just start working on wiring the AC. It's going to come in through the fuse. It's going to go up to the switch, back down to here, and then through the rest of the machine. So we'll take a look at it after it's done. PCB's mounted too. Alright guys, so I got this JAMA harness from Twisted Quarter. I've got all the wires, tied and separated for where they go. The video, player 1, player 2, coin door, power. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these, zip tie ends, I guess they're called, and get it on the board and start routing the wires through the cabinet. Alright, so what I have done here is I got all the AC power run. PCB is in and wired to the power supply now. I've already turned it on. I got my sound, so now I'm going to do the 10-pin connector here. Maybe, if we can focus. Right here. Anyways, I'm going to put ends on here. Red, green, blue, ground, and sync on pin 10. We're going to plug into the monitor here. And, well, we'll check it out with its first life in the cabinet. I'll make sure that I set this phone up on a tripod when I first fire it, and you guys will watch it come to life with me. Okay guys, got the video cable on the monitor. I guess let's go ahead and flip this on here. Okay. 3, 2, and 1.
You've been crying ever since you got out here. I'm not crying. It's a sweat. Yeah, sweat from your eyeballs. I'm serious. It's like a million
Screen looks a little bit washed out because of the brightness of the marquee light. So it's officially alive, guys. So I think I might end the video here and I still have to wire the control panel and everything, so put the back door on and coin doors too. So that'll probably all be in the next video, guys, and then maybe it'll be complete. All right, like and subscribe, shit like that. Thanks for watching. Peace.